does have burrow movement, and an observer is out, so that burrow movement only got them away. Still, we're taking damage while underground. Art of War's army looks a little bit light. Like, I don't see all that much army, but he is at 187 supply, so he has 100 supply in army here with his worker count, and he's getting infestors, pathogen glands for energy upgrades, getting +2 ranged attack. So it looks like he's going to go from a Mutalisk composition into more of a Roachy composition as he stopped making Mutas. Probably going to Broodlords. We do have a major engagement here in the middle of the map. Rev Asian Dude doing his best with these Immortals and Stalkers, and actually is killing a lot of the army here. Rev Asian Dude blinking back a ton of his Stalkers, losing all of his Immortals finally. And yeah, Art of War does decide to remax on Zerglings here. So the right decision against a composition of only Stalkers when you have Mutas and Roaches, but actually only 3 Mutalisks left on the map here. So we should see a transition to Hive pretty soon from Art of War here. He isn't in a great position, but against a teching Protoss player, he really needs to continue to force that. And actually, it looks like the Templar Archives got taken out and I missed it somewhere. So my apologies for that, but it is being rebuilt now. Storm, of course, is done, but there are no Templar on the map. Rev Asian Dude now trying to take his third, has put 4 cannons up to defend against any kind of counterattacks. Art of War has seen that and is rushing in here with a lot of Zerglings. Is going to have to back off though. And, you know, Art of War banking a lot of money here because he's been mostly maxed for most of the game here. Going to Hive now, making a lot more Mutalisks to add to his composition. And, I mean, this Roach Ling Ball is pretty scary when you're not maxed or even close as Protoss. So 115 to 192 supply again with 5 base versus 3 base. Rev Asian Dude immediately saturating that third with 54 total harvesters. Probably took a lot from his main and natural. He did. And looks like we're gonna have a huge counterattack by Art of War, followed up by, well, probably by a lot of remaxing here. All these Mutas coming up, trying to take out as much infrastructure as they can. They did get the Templar Archives again, so Art of War actually doing a great job of, oh goodness. Art of War actually doing a great job of keeping the tech down for Rev Asian Dude every time he engages. So even when his ball is not maxed, it's more powerful. And 20 Roaches in production for Art of War. Did lose his whole army in the main, but is back up at 190 supply already to 112 of Protoss. Picking off pylons all over the place, just being annoying as he can with these Mutas. And yeah, where are all these Roaches? They have just popped. We have a Greater Spire going up. We have 30 Lings in production, just now popping. 2 Macro Hatches over here. Art of War just playing super safe, making sure that he can get all the stuff he needs out when an attack comes. And, you know, Art of War way ahead right now, and Asian Dude just can't seem to remax. I mean, his income is just really low right now. A double income for the Zerg player in both minerals and gas for the most part. 5 Infestors on the way, +3 range attack, +1 armor for our Zerg player as the Greater Spire finishes up. And these Roaches burrowing under to get under the force field and back into the main again. And, you know, as Art of War loses supply here, it's just more supply he can put into those Broodlords, into those Infestors, into his endgame composition that will really end up winning him the game. And this Templar Archives goes down a 3rd time. Probably the most dangerous thing to him right now, and he just keeps coming up here and sniping it with all of his units. And actually, it looks like Rev Asian Dude is going to lose this game. 80 supply to 181 right now. You know, again, didn't play horribly, but Art of War just making excellent decisions, sniping the correct tech, coming in with very good timings, making it look like he was going to all in and forcing a lot of cannons in the natural. Just a really solid play out of Art of War here, and we're going to have Team Air go up 2-0 currently against LaG.TT in this best of 9. So it is going to be first to 5 points. So that was a very long game, 24 minutes there. And we are going to be back in just a couple of minutes with game number 3. Thanks for watching, guys.
Let me give it to you now. Kiss my cherry lips tonight. 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 It's all in the air, clothes everywhere. You're pulling on my hair, giving me that stare. I love this kind of fun, and I'll never be done. Want you to touch me, grab my all through the night. I am no slave, but I'm doing it right. 'Cause I know that you're all wrong, and we got all night. I'm feeling all heated up and feeling real light. So come and taste these cherry lips tonight. Kiss my cherry lips tonight. Kiss my cherry lips tonight. Kiss my cherry lips tonight.
Alright, guys, so we are back here with game number 3 between these two players, Art of War and Yata. Or, sorry, between these two teams, because the players technically, I guess, are not who we're paying as much attention to. We do have Art of War. My scoreboard is not up, lol. Show. Yeah! Alright. So, we do have Art of War, our green Zerg, the player who is currently 2-0 in this clan war, bringing it home for Team aiR so far. Art of War. I think I already said his name, so that actually didn't make that much sense. But on the right-hand side of MLG Metalopolis, we do have another Protoss player for LaG.TT, Yata. And, you know, LaG.TT put out a Protoss last game. Didn't win. But we're going to have to see if Yata has something special in mind for maybe trying to punish Art of War for something they saw in his last game, or what the strategy is behind this here. So, we do actually have very, very odd pylon placements. First thing we need to talk about here. It is right next to the Nexus, as if this were a PvP or PvT. Of course it is not. And, you know, the first gateway goes down there too. So, we're probably going to see a makeshift wall, maybe with the Cybernetics core and a pylon. And a zealot sitting in between it. It is something I have seen a lot. Not exactly sure why players do it. If someone would be so kind as to inform me, I would be forever in your debt. And we do have Art of War actually going hatch first this game. So much different than last game where he went gas first, into pool, into speedlings, into a few roaches. We do have a hatch first, and Yata actually not going to be going Forge Fast Expand. So there is no possibility of cannons coming up, unless we see a Forge very, very soon, which would be very awkward. But we do have the pool down here for Art of War. And he's going to chase this probe around. As it's not an especially early scout. Yata actually scouted cross positions first. And we do have Art of War now scouting Yata, seeing what he can see. He sees. We actually see the cybernetic score next to the gateway here. So again, odd placement. The first zealot is on its way, and Art of War probably not going to be able to punish this quite as well as he might like because he did do hatch first. So we do have the first gas up for Art of War now. His pool is about to pop. He should be starting his first queen as soon as Overlord comes out here. There it goes. Uh-oh. And we have a little bit of lag. So in this... Oh, and it did. Okay, so we don't have as much downtime as I expected. We do have Yada's probe returning home now after seeing that there was a gas taken. And actually isn't hiding out on the map as we see a lot of Protoss players do to watch for all-ins and stuff. But he is one-basing for the moment. So perhaps he's not as concerned about that because he will have units out, unlike a Forge Fast Expand. The Zealot is chasing around the probe, did go back to the front, and Warp Gate's on the way as Stalker is coming out. There are 2 gases taken for our Protoss player. So to me this says I'm going to tech and not be as likely to expand. On the other hand, we could see, nope, we see a Stargate. So, one base Stargate play, probably into some form of expansion. A Zealot and Stalker is coming out now. And Yatta with another pylon at the front. I'm assuming this is a 1-space gap, and he is going to put some form of gateway here. He does indeed. I am confused. So, we have a Roach Warren coming out for Art of War. Looks like Yatta is going to be in a pretty good position as this Roach Warren isn't going to be able to do very much against a Stargate, of course. And Art of War canceling that Spinecrawler at the last second and remaking it. Probably should think about throwing down a second one just so that that first one doesn't get completely sniped. Stalker now microing around, making sure it doesn't die to all these Zerglings. There are only 6 Zerglings on the map now. And they are going to engage the Stalker, it looks like. Try to stay away from that Zealot as best as possible. Speed is almost complete, though. And we do have a Void Ray on the way with a Sentry out to defend that front. So 2-gate Stargate right now. No 3rd gate up, so this looks like it's going to be pressure into an expansion. As Yatta will be banking a little bit of money as we move on in this game. And a Sentry and a Zealot being warped in at the front here with a 2nd Void Ray now in production. Very good time on that pylon, by the way. That was incredible. So we do have a force field going down a little bit late. Doesn't seem to matter that much. He probably wanted to keep the Zerglings from getting away. And 8 Roaches in production. And these Roaches, again, going to do pretty poorly against this Void Ray. Void Ray's pretty good against Roaches. So this Void Ray is now attacking an Overlord. And we do have both of the Queens for Art of War coming up the ramp now. Actually, this one's a little out of position. It's actually going to go down. And Art of War, or Yatta actually backing that Void Ray off. No real anti-air here for Art of War at all. He's making 1 Spore Crawler. Only has these 2 Queens. Hasn't started a 3rd or anything yet. And these Roaches are out on the map trying to counterattack and force the Void Rays back, which they do. But they are probably all going, well, a lot of them are going to die before they get back home. Poor, poor Roaches. Alright, so we have Yatta taking his expansion now. Already 2/3 of the way done. Zealot Sentry, and no more Void Rays in production, actually. A Robo instead, and another Gateway. So probably going to see some form of 3-gate Robo play with Heavy Immortals to counter the Roaches that we've already seen. A little bit surprised at how late this lair is, though. The lair for Art of War just now coming up. And, yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we see Hydra play or something like that. A large group of Speedlings, sorry, large group for this point in the game, I suppose, coming across to find this Nexus here. Is going to get a good scout of the composition. Sees 4 Sentries, 4 Zealots, and 2 Stalkers. Deciding to kill the Menk statue before going back home. Everyone hates Menks, even the Zerg. And, yeah, both players not really in a position to attack each other here. So supplies are currently 71 to 66 in Art of War's favor. And the Harvester count 45 to 37 in the Zerg's favor, as drone counts usually are. But we actually have a robotics bay coming up, so it looks like we're going to have Colossus come out right